We can just see, I think, Matt Salter's problem. Teamer, the fire, playing on. Oh, it's a fire! He's going himself. He's got Harris to beat. Oh, and Martin on fire! He's in at the corner. It's another special from the London Broncos flyer. He took advantage of that kick along the floor. Britain academy player. And it's London edging closer. Hammond. Oh, a beautiful ball out wide there. And he's in. Robbie Simpson is in at the corner. A master pass there from Carl Hammond. Simpson. Sheridan. Well, a little bit of animosity there between Sheridan and Edwards. I must say I thought Sheridan slipped there.
Back off. In a minute, just listen to me, please. First of all, but be careful with the swinging arm, Sean. Well, I'm penalised if you're offside, but you also swung the arm. You're 3 metres in front.
He's saying swinging arm there, and I think Sean's got a point here. He does go, he's slipped and he's caught him high, but, it would have been a ball and all tackle if he'd have kept his feet.
I think on reflection, Jonathan, fair enough. The arm was swinging there. Sheridan slipped.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have gone either way there. Sometimes, it was an accident. He went for the ball and all tackle, and Sheridan slipped. So a harsh penalty.
So what should be a comfortable kick for Harris. I'll not remind him that he missed 4 out of 4 when he last played here with the Great Britain Academy side. Let's hope he does better this time. He does. And Leeds at last command the attention of the scoreboard operator. Kicks in the Wembley Cup final for years.
Oh, the plans have done, the coaches have done their work, but...
Well, here's a chance. Darryl Powell, he's got Rivett, and Leroy Rivett's going over. And Leroy Rivett is in for a try at the corner. No need for the video referee. And Leeds strike back, much to the delight of those fans. And it was Darryl Powell who did the damage. Leroy Rivett, the former East Leeds amateur player, gets the lead. Back to Fleary. Good burst by Fleary. He's got Brad Godden going to the line. Lee Jackson's there. Back to Godden. Oh, he must score. And Brad Godden is in under the post. Well, I thought for 1 minute they were going to mess it up. But the former Newcastle Knights centre puts the ball under the post. And London Broncos' plans of going in at half-time in the lead are thwarted.
Well, that's very, very poor play from the London Broncos. They knew that there was 41 minutes on. They should be going in, 4 points in front, and they might do that now.
Justin Harris then with the kick, and a successful conversion for the Welshman, and that does indeed, for the first time, put Leeds in the lead. This try from Brad Godden, I thought for 1 minute they were going to make a mess of it. But Godden, he stayed in support, takes it well, and he sees the line. 12 points to 10 at half-time then for Leeds, and I would think Graham Murray would be quite a relieved man.
Relieved, I think that's the worst 40 minutes Leeds have played all season, and they'd be very, very fortunate to be in front. Like I said, they've got no organisation, they've got no pattern. Justin Harris isn't controlling the game, and he'll be very, very pleased.
And couldn't get away himself. Matt Toshak using the blind side. To Carl Hammond on the fifth tackle. He'll need to pass. He does. The long kick, and it's a good chase here. Santiller's there. Oh! Greg Fleming's picked it up on the bounce. What a mistake by Leeds. Greg Fleming, he's taking the ball round towards the post. He anticipated the bounce. But Mr. Smith wants a second judgment.
Didn't see the forward. I'm not sure if Lee Jackson got the ball down.
But I think the debate was whether there was a possibility of a penalty try. But McDermott! Oh! No need for a penalty try! Barry McDermott took matters into his own hands, and there was no stopping the 17-stone-10 giant. Broncos were napping. McDermott took advantage. And he's in at the side of the post. Terrific riposte there from the powerful prop. 16 apiece. The conversion attempt to come.
There, but maybe when they're attacking, instead of trying to push the pass, they'll put a grubber in.
Oh, Ryan Sheridan. Now then, can he go the length of the field? Just look at Robbie Simpson trailing him. He got Smythe. Tremendous run, but wonderful cover. Leeds on the attack. Morley, clever switch to Francis Cummings. London plodding back desperately here. Harris, he looked to get it on wide. 40-metre pass. On there to Farrell. Blackmore, out to Rivett. And Rivett's in at the corner. Wonderful effort in midfield from Yestin Harris. It was the pass that created the overlap. Rivett was on the end, and he grabbed the try. And suddenly, 30,000 Yorkshire voices in song on the terraces as they sense Leeds possibly looking for a first Challenge Cup final win in 21 years. Oh, a beautiful pass to Adrian Morley, but again another terrific tackle from Collett. Cracking game at fullback, but it's Leeds rampant to Jackson, to Saint-Hilaire, and Marcus Saint-Hilaire is in. Wonderful support play from the fullback. Leeds hitting back right from the kick-off. All smiles now from Leeds as they possibly sense they're back in business at Wembley. Wonderful effort. Superb support play. No chance for London Broncos to put the men down.
Yeah, this is Leeds out there. They're running in pairs now. It's a lovely time pass. Hammond takes a gamble of going for the intercept. He's got the ball in the wrong hand. Now he should have tried to fend him off. A fantastic tackle by Tollett again. But again, watch the support play. They're running in pairs. There's Hay again. Two lovely time passes. The support is there on the outside again. And Hilaire just finishes off the superb.
Leeds have not won this trophy yet. London are back in business. Oh! Leroy Rivett has intercepted. Now then, he's got the length of the field to go. His head back. His legs are pounding. He'll be in for the try. Oh, that's fully 90-metre run. 90 metres there from Leroy Rivett. Terrific try. And we all remember Robbie Paul's first ever hat-trick of tries here at Wembley. Leroy Rivett going in for his third. And is it all over for London?
I think it is, Ray. It was the last throw of the dice for them. London look extremely tired now. They've got a shot on the left-hand side here, and if Yestin Harris reads it.
Hey. Saint-Hilaire. He's going through himself, and Harris is over. Leeds running riot now. Yestin Harris on hand in the right place. Collects the 4 points. And that 21-year gap, I'm sure Sean Edwards knows, for Leeds is over.
Lee Jackson has retired back to the Leeds bench. She's got a pulled thigh muscle. I guess he'll take no further part in that game, but I don't think Lee Jackson will be all that concerned about that.
Brad Godden breaking through. He's got some support again from Harris. Oh, to Francis Cummings. Francis Cummings darting to the corner, and he's over. Leeds are displaying all the talent in the team now. Tremendous wing play we're being treated to. Firstly a fire try, the Rivett hat-trick, and now Francis Cummings, the only survivor from those cup finals of the mid-90s. And still that score mounts up.
Yes,
And Leeds on the rampage again. Jamie Matthew looking to get in on the the try-scoring actor, that big prop, Jimmy Matthews. Cleary.
I think they'll be looking for the 50 points, and London Broncos will be trying desperately to keep it under the 50 points.
Harris. Good pass again to Morley. Blackmore. Now then, Rivett with another chance. Beats one man, beats two men, and he goes in for 4 tries. Oh, the excitement! 4 tries now from Leroy Rivett, and he goes one better than anybody else. Wonderful try there from Rivett. We've had Bob Wilson in 1902, Stan Morehouse in 1913, Tom Holliday in 1927, Robbie Paul in 96, but never a 4-try haul as we've had this afternoon.
You should swap sides as fast as Cummins at the moment.
I think on this other wing, I think Ronnie Biggs, the great train robber, could have played, and no one would have spotted him. Poor Francis is not getting a pass. Well, there's the hooter. The 1999 Silk Challenge Cup trophy is all over. The Leeds fans raise their arms aloft. It's been a long wait, 21 years, but a convincing win for the Rhinos. 52-16.
Congratulations to Graham, not just a victory, but a record-breaking victory for Leroy Rivett. It wasn't in the plans, a record, but a victory was. It's been coming for a while. It's a good club. Those blokes thoroughly deserve everything they've achieved. Did you give them a hard talking to at half-time? No, it wasn't needed. We were a little bit desperate in the first half, but we just got our game right in the second half, and quality showed in the end. That's not to knock London.
There must be a huge sense of relief and joy, I would guess, in Leeds now after 21 years.
Yeah, that's right, and we're always reminded of it early doors that we hadn't won anything for 21 years, but this is a pretty good football team, and the club and the supporters are fantastic. They should be proud of them.
You're leaving at the end of the season. Any chance you might be persuaded to stay?
No, once you make a decision, you make a strong one, and, you know, I'm going to leave them very healthy, I'm sure of that.
Congratulations, Graham. Enjoy it.
It's good stuff.
Last occasion a Rugby League captain will mount those 39 steps for the trophy. Rebuilding and renovation, of course, will see us move on to Murrayfield in Edinburgh next year for this final. Will we see Sean Edwards in a cup final again? And we have Dick Duckyfield down there on the bench again with Leroy Rivett.
With the man of the moment, Leroy Rivett, congratulations. 4 tries. You were looking for 5 at the end, weren't you?
That's right. I'll tell you at 5. I didn't think I'd score 1, to be honest with you, mate. But last night I woke up, I was dreaming about scoring a hat-trick and winning down to the trophy, and I can't believe it's all come true, mate.
Was one any better than the others, or were they all great?
I think the third one was the favourite. That was it. Interception went length of the field. Started happy with that. That was my hat-trick. But the 4th one, I was happy with that one too.
The last Leeds player to win the Ranford Trophy was Steve Fitchford. Do you know who Steve Fitchford is?
No, I think I've heard it before my time, mate. I'm not familiar with the name.
How are you going to celebrate then?
Oh, I think we'll go out tonight with a few quiet ones, I think. Big night, mate. Be a big night.
Great game, thanks Leroy. And the victorious captain, Justin Harris. Congratulations, Justin. I mean, that's long overdue for Leeds, but a great victory in the end.
It is a great victory. A lot of the game that what we did was in the first half. We completed a lot of our sets really, and they had a lot of defending to do. And when we come out in the second half, we knew that all we had to do was control the ball again, and that's what we did, and we got a great victory.
Interesting you say that. You were only 2 points up in the first half, weren't you?
Yeah, we was, but like I said, we completed a lot of our sets, and they had a lot of defence to do, even though we were only 2 points up. And really, it's a credit to us that we've completed the sets, and fantastic in the second half. We scored some great tries. We've got some fantastic players here, so it's a great win, and it's exactly done for the fans.
Congratulations, Justin. Well done. Thank you very much.
And Justin Harris will soon be joining the likes of David Ward, Mick Clark, Keith McLellan and Jim Brook, who have all received this Challenge Cup here at Wembley. His first Challenge Cup winners' medal, and Leeds Rhinos first in 21 years. The Right Honourable Frank Dobson, the MP, Secretary of State for Health, to present the 1999 Silk Cut Challenge Cup for the 11th occasion to the Leeds Rhinos. Then Justin Harris equals Neil Fox's points record, 20 points in a Wembley final. Records galore, the highest score, the widest margin, the most tries from an individual player. And the Challenge Cup on its way to Headingley. The 1999 Turf Cup Challenge Cup to Iestyn Harris. Wonderful occasion for this Leeds crowd. And Leroy Rivett, as he said, he dreamt about all this. Barry McDermott, Mark Glanville, his father flew in from America this week to watch him. Lee Jackson, who joins distinct company like Dick Huddart, Mal Reilly and Dave Bolton in winning the Aussie Grand Final medal and a Challenge Cup medal. Adrian Morley. Ryan Sheridan, what a good game he had, especially around the ruck area, the prompting, the probing. Brad Godden. Andy Hayes so nearly missed this final with a broken hand. And Darrell Powell, 15 years in the game, his first Challenge Cup winners medal. Richie Blackmore and Anthony Farrell.
I think that man there, Graham Henry, he deserves a lot of praise. He's turned the club around. He's given them ambition and he's got the self-confidence back. And although he's leaving at the end of the season, he has turned Leeds around.
And a word of congratulations from Paul Caddick, the Leeds Rhinos chairman. Murray in his second and final year before moving on to North Sydney. And sporting handshakes from Richard Branson. Terrific performance. Just look at the name on the back there. Daddy, Billy McDermott, the 3-year-old son of Barry. London Broncos then, in the first ever Challenge Cup final. Just a Division 2 championship on the honours board 16 years ago. Sheffield created the biggest shock in the history of the Cup last year. Could the Broncos' appearance here be the most significant one for the future of rugby league in Britain? Sean Edwards to pick up only his second loser's medal. A competitor through and through. Worked so hard, no more than that man there, Carl Hammond. 2 winners' medals with St Helens. John Timu, Robbie Beasley, Robbie Simpson, Colton Tollett did so much in defence in the early stages. And Peter Gill, at 34 years of age, his first and final appearance at Wembley. It's never pleasant to lose by 52 points to 16, but as the old cliche, it takes 2 to make a final. And London certainly can't do that. O'Fire, who set off a blistering pace. One just wonders what might have been had he been able to remain on the pitch. His first loser's medal, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think his injury allowed a bit of stop the flow. Leeds just came into their own in the second half. The forwards took over and they played as we know they can play.
And the last lap of honour around this Wembley ground. Francis Cummings there, 2 losers medal in the, in the past. A little Billy McDermott there doing his lap of honour. And Iestyn Harris, I think we're going to see a lot of him in the next 10 years, Jonathan.
Well, we've seen a lot of him already, and it's a tremendous player, but it's a very, very young side. You only have to look at Rivett and Cummings, Sheridan, Newton, Cleary, Morley, and also St Helens.
And I think Richard has the word there with Damsdale.
The commiserations turned into a nightmare afternoon, really, didn't it?
Well, it ended up that way. I didn't think it was, the score probably justified the effort that we put in. I was very proud of my players. Yeah, I was very proud of it.
The loss of Martin O'Fire, I think, might have had some influence on the game, really.
Oh, I don't think so. I think, they had more possession than us in the first half, and they wore us down.
The stamina
it took its toll. It seemed to take its toll of the Broncos in the end. Oh, absolutely. You know, they had a lot more ball than us in the first half, and even though we really went hard at them, and I was very proud of what we did, and I think, you know, weight of possession is hard against us. It's a bit of experience, but it's an experience now. Oh, it's an experience. We'll be better for it and stronger, and we'll be back here next year. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, Dan Stein says back here next year, but of course he won't be, Jonathan. They're up to one of your old stomping grounds, Murrayfield in Edinburgh.
Yeah, that's you know, a great stadium and a great city, and I think the people of Scotland will be looking forward to hosting this fantastic event. It's a great day out, it's a family day out, and the supporters enjoy it, as we can see that the players enjoy it, and I'm sure Edinburgh will be looking forward to it.
Yes, we say it's a family day out and a family game, and it really is a family occasion here, as ever, isn't it? I don't know how these players, youngsters, are getting over the wall.
Well, you know, I think the guys with a big hat to get them over, but I just feel that Wigan, when they were in their prime, and you know, they still are, you know, playing extremely well. But when they came to Wembley, you know, they enjoyed it so much that it spurred them on to come back the following season. I know all these players know what it's like, and I know they want to come back next year.
Yes, a Challenge Cup final that has really seen the record books rewritten.
I think it's a place like Darrell Powell. He's been in the game 15 years. He started at Sheffield Eagles. All these youngsters I mentioned have come through, and you know, in the first couple of seasons of playing and winning at Wembley. And it's all about players and professionals like Darrell Powell. The game on this day means so much for. You know, he's worked so hard, and I'm just pleased for people like him.
I think a city and a team as strong in rugby league as Leeds have been, they wanted a belief in themselves, didn't they? For 21 years, you know, they've been chasing glory here.
Yeah, I think they have been the underachievers of British sport over the last decade, and this now could be a stepping stone to further success. And as I said earlier, Graham Murray has made you know, tremendous impact, and it'll be a huge loss, but one thing, they might have the self-confidence and the belief in themselves now to go on.
Well, we saw Mark Glanville doing a little bit of babysitting earlier this afternoon. I won't think he'll be looking after those two tonight, do you?
I don't think so. I think he should get somebody else in to look after them, because he might not be in the state to look after them.
Tremendous performance from Leeds, but all credit to London Broncos there, Jonathan. In those early stages, they really took the game for the Yorkshiremen.
Yes, they didn't play well, Leeds in the first half, when London Broncos exploited the opportunity that was given to them, and they were still in the match, you know, 20 minutes into the second half. But we always felt that if Leeds did click with the forward power, you know, on the cutting edge behind, that they could score twice from anywhere. And that really, you know, came into fruition in the second half. And as Dan Stein said, the score doesn't maybe, you know, portray the true effect of the game, but you can't afford to miss tackles against a side of this nature, and you'll get punished, as we saw today.
And rugby league is all about power, and it's all about pace, Jonathan. And we've really seen the pace here this afternoon, haven't we, on those wings?
I think it's more to that, you know, people see it as a very powerful, fast game. There's a lot of skill and a lot of effort, you know, that goes into getting here, and it's, you know, it's 90% preparation and 10% participation in any sport, and you know, people forget about the early round when you're struggling and, you know, you take injuries, and this is what sport's all about, is having days like this.
I guess nobody's more pleased with this week as not from Darrell Powell. No, I'm pretty happy with it. Although we found it tough in the first half at times, but we showed our character and we came back and played really well at the end.
Well, you often see 4 tries when he comes playing, in fact never before.
So he's an outstanding player when it goes right for him. He's so good on his feet and he's got plenty of pace. So he's always difficult to handle, and the wide open spaces will do it to him.
Leeds was a fancy team going into this game, obviously. But at the end of the first half, it didn't look that convincing, did it?
No, that one of them played particularly well at the start of both halves, and they really got stuck into us and made it difficult, but we had 86% completion in the first half. Sooner or later that's going to tell, and I think it did towards the end of the second half.
And this is a big boost to the city of Leeds, really, isn't it? 21 years since the cup.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, we've realised that it was 1978 since the last time they won it, so yeah, it's good for us to come here and win it for all the supporters of Leeds.
What about these two experts here that enjoyed the match?
I think they will have done, yeah. They've come down to a cheering on, they've got the flag, so they had a good time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Another delighted Leeds fan. 15 years since Jarrod Powell signed from the Red Hill Amateurs. He signed for Gary Hetherington when he was at Sheffield Eagles. Gary Hetherington, the Leeds chief executive, took him to Headingley with him. And he's come up trumps today. Richie Blackmore, a losers medal with Castleford. Relishing this last Wembley, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's a place for winners, isn't it? I've been here when we've won and when we've lost, and it's not the place to lose, because you're in the change room and listen to all this noise outside, but got to make the most of it. It is, as I've said earlier, the fans, it's a great sporting game, and it's a day out for the fans as well. It's a great showpiece for a great game.
Well, 70 years of history at Wembley, now in the record books. It's on to Murrayfield next year.
And our thanks go to Jonathan Davis and to Ray French as well. If you're from Leeds, you'll enjoy these scenes for many minutes yet. We'll stay on them for a while. If you're a follower of the London Broncos, the feeling, I'm sure, is a bit flat at the moment, but they played their part. But John Money and Joe Lydon have been watching it with us as well, and it was quite an extraordinary match when you think of the record-breaking scale of the Leeds victory, and that was a side that was behind by 4 points early in the second half. What made the difference?
Well, I think Darryl Powell summed it up there where he said that they had 86% completion rate of every 6 tackles, and that's a tremendous advantage when you're coming towards the end of a half or towards the end of a game, and really I think Leeds wore them down, and then